more so on the front lines of that fight. Honored to be joined by his son, Eduardo Bolsonaro, with the breaking news that the Brazilian police, I think at the request of the rogue Supreme Court, raided your father's home, political headquarters, ordered him to wear an ankle tag, also barring him from speaking to foreign officials, talking to embassies, and posting on social media, of course, amidst the ongoing tariff dispute between our two countries. We've got a few minutes. Can you just sort of give the audience an update, the latest with what is going on with your father?
Yes, everything that you are talking coming right after President Trump sent a letter for my father, for President Jair Bolsonaro. So what Alexandre de Moraes is doing is what we can expect from him, that he's doubling down again. He always does that. And only to make sure that everybody here is on the same page, my father, he accomplished all of Alexandre de Moraes' orders, even if he was thinking that they were illegal orders. So there is no reason to travel ban Jair Bolsonaro, seize his passport, or now what he's doing is basically an humiliation, and he's challenging President Trump in front of everybody. The good aspect of that is because he's showing that he is the dictator, which I'm always saying that Lula is a problem. Lula is a criminal, is a gangster, but Alexandre de Moraes is jumping in front of everybody and getting all the scene, all the attention to him doing that. Why Jair Bolsonaro cannot use his social media? Just because yesterday he did a video thanking President Trump about the letter that Trump sent to him, why he has to now use a ankle tag? Why all of that? Because this is the persecution that we are facing in Brazil. And I'm always telling my friends from the other countries in Latin America, from Europe, from US, this is what they want to your country. Brazil is just establishing a new model of censorship in social media. 2 weeks ago, our Supreme Court, they decided a new way to do censorship, and they're going to export that to the rest of the world. So it's very, very urgent that the United States, the country of the freedom, the home of the brave, to send an answer for this regime, to do not let the Brazilian censorship model or the Brazilian lawfare model to be exported to other countries. Because I know that if Moraes win this war, this battle, I don't think he will, but if he wins, it's going to be a mess, not only in Brazil, but for sure in other countries around in the West.
And Eduardo, I'm just curious, do you think the reason that they're doing this is because your father, his movement, the sort of global populist movement, is so much on the ascent that the only option they have is to try to silence him?
Sure, yes. My father is leading all the polls, and if the election was today, he likely would beat Lula da Silva, the current president, even in the first round. And for sure, he's only suffering this persecution because of this. Even the Supreme Court, Alexandre de Moraes let clear for everybody that he wants to condemn Jair Bolsonaro to up 43 years in jail still this year, because next year is the election of Brazil, is the year of the election. And he already talked with some press saying that they would never let the mistake that the United States committed, letting Trump run for president, they will not allow this thing to happen in Brazil. So they are speeding up as fast as possible.
We've still got Eduardo Bolsonaro joining us. Eduardo, I'm sure you've got to bounce, but just leave our audience with sort of a final message, a warning from you, your family, and your father, what the MAGA movement, which certainly has received a lot of the same arrows you guys have, should take from this, and more importantly, how they can help. If we can post on social media and try to circumvent Judge Moraes.
Yes, only following what is happening in Brazil is good for you to prevent future problems and future kind of lawfare and censorship that you can face in the United States. But we are really alerting everybody, because the only hope that we have is coming from President Trump and his team, including Secretary Rubio and some others, to fight back against that this lawfare in Brazil. They want to sweep the opposition from the next year's election. It does not include only Jair Bolsonaro, who is leading the polls nowadays. So we really needed to answer to do a response, and the time for that is right now, because in the future, diplomatic actions like sanctions will not work. In the future, that will be the consolidation of this current regime of Brazil that's really following the Venezuela steps. So do not let something that happen. And also it will be a problem for the United States, because if 25% of the Brazilians leave the country, just like what happened with Venezuela, we are talking about 50 million people leaving Brazil, and we really do not want that. So I appreciate all your support. If you can follow me, I'm tweeting in English a lot right now, mainly on X. So Bolsonaro SP is my account. And God bless Brazil. God bless America.
Thank you so much for joining us. Our prayers are with your father. We look forward to